What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. Dozens of countries are calling on Russian forces to leave Ukraine nuclear power plant, the largest of its kind in Europe, to prevent a nuclear meltdown. Now, do you think Putin is going to withdraw forces and be the good guy and just, prevent a nuclear meltdown? Yeah, I think we all kind of know the answer there. He's attacked how many different nuclear facilities now at this point? I mean, one of the first things he did when the war started was go in and capture Chernobyl. I mean, literally within the first few weeks, Chernobyl was captured and the power was cut to it. Yeah, power actually goes to Chernobyl. And it's just like, why are we doing this over and over and over? It's only a matter of time until we actually see a nuclear meltdown, a nuclear disaster, a nuclear power plant catastrophe. And here's the thing, Ukraine is right next to Russia. It's almost like Putin wants this to happen. There's literally millions of Russians in Ukraine. Russians and Ukrainians are pretty much almost the same people. I mean, let me know your thoughts here on this, but it seems like a disaster just waiting to happen. And we know from what happened with Chernobyl, this affected millions of people, entire generations of people, millions of acres of land, and is still a problem here today. 42 countries and the entire European Union on Monday called for the immediate withdrawal of Russian forces from the Zaporizhzhia power plant in Ukraine, citing nuclear risk. Quote, "It is undeniable that Russia's invasion and its continued presence at Ukraine's nuclear facilities significantly raise the risk of nuclear incidences and accidents," the 42 countries said in a joint statement. Also, in this statement, they said, "We strongly condemn Russia's use of disinformation to try to justify its illegal actions in Ukraine. The international community will hold Russia accountable for its aggression, and Russia must bear full responsibility for its unlawful actions in Ukraine." This statement is issued on behalf of all these major countries, including Australia, Austria, Denmark, Greece, Hungary, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland. I mean, you could see the European Union, the United States, Great Britain, Turkey, Sweden, the UK. I mean, look at all these different countries here. And basically, it's on the other side, Russia. Meanwhile, Putin slams the US and claims it wants to drag out war in Ukraine and provoke China to a new war. Vladimir Putin slammed the US and the wider West, claiming Tuesday that America wants to drag out the war in Ukraine, saying, quote, "The situation in Ukraine shows that the US is trying to prolong this conflict," he said during a welcome address at a conference in Moscow on international security. Putin also claimed that the US was trying to maintain its hegemonic status in the world, that the West wanted to extend its bloc system of defense, such as NATO military alliance, into Asia, saying, quote, "We also see that the collective West is seeking to extend its bloc system into Asia-Pacific region, similarly to NATO in Europe. For this purpose, the bellicose military political alliances are being formed. such as AUKUS and others. Putin claimed, referencing the trilateral security pact between Australia, the UK, and the US that was signed last year. In addition, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's recent visit to Taiwan, which angered Russia's ally China, had been, quote, a thoroughly planned provocation, such as a reckless trip was a part of a purposeful, conscious strategy of the United States to destabilize and chaotize the situation in the region and the world. And, quote, an insolent demonstration of disrespect for the sovereignty of other countries and for its international obligations. Putin once again defended Moscow's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, claiming it was being carried out, quote, to ensure the security of Russia and our citizens.
Ukraine's parliament voting to extend martial law for another 90 days. This comes as Putin's war machine keeps up its relentless attacks on civilian targets in Ukraine. Ukrainian officials tell Sky News Russian missile strikes today killed at least one person and injured 6 others. In Kharkiv, they say 10 Russian missiles hit a residential building, a churchyard, and a children's playground. Meantime, Ukraine's forces making gains in the southern region of Kherson. Ukrainian military officials say their troops have decimated Russian command centers and ammunition depots and severed supply lines with precision strikes on key bridges. But Russian forces still have an overwhelming advantage in the region as they shift more resources from the east to reinforce their positions in the south.
Also, as this happened, Putin brags that Russian weapons are, quote, years, perhaps even decades ahead of rivals. As get this, as his army pulls out old Soviet-era tanks out of deep storage due to losses in Ukraine. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. The Pentagon says that Russia has suffered as many as 80,000 casualties in Ukraine and lost thousands of armored vehicles, at least 4,000 armored vehicles. Under these circumstances, Putin's military has been forced to turn to old and outdated weapon systems to fill firepower and combat capability gaps. Ukraine's defense ministry said in a previous update, as a result of losses during hostilities, the Russian military has been forced to withdraw from storage T-62 tanks to recruit reserve battalion tactical groups that are being formed to be sent to Ukraine. Old Soviet-style era tanks. The British Defense Ministry posted an intelligence update reporting that Russia, quote, has likely moved to 50-year-old T-62 tanks from deep storage, noting highlights Russia's shortage of modern combat-ready equipment, and that this armor will almost certainly be particularly vulnerable to anti-tank weapons, such as the anti-tank guided missiles like Javelins provided by the US or next-generation light anti-tank weapons from the UK that have been devastating even Russia's more modern tanks over the past 3 months. And apparently there is actually footage on Twitter here of these tanks being called into action. So, and these are not modern tanks. So these this is actually happening. So, and of course, one would think that a 50-year-old tank is definitely not armored, equipped like the old, like new modern military. So, yeah, I mean, does seem very plausible. Ukrainian President Zelensky says that Russia is trying to blackmail them at this nuclear power plant, saying it's only a matter of time until something goes very, very wrong there, and we have a nuclear meltdown incident or some type of tragic problem here, which would be just nothing good for anybody. Let me know your thoughts here on this. It seems like Putin will stop at nothing. How do we get this war to end? You know, it's costing American taxpayers more and more money as we go here forward, and you know, it's continuing to stoke the world hunger problem as the grain and more food cannot get out of Ukraine and Russia, and that is raising food costs. And of course, we know the gas issues, natural gas issues. Natural gas is the cost of that is really being stoked here, and really the price of that is really being driven further here with supply issues on that now, especially going into winter here in the next few months. So let me know your thoughts here on this. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country and around the world here on a daily basis. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here down below. Click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live here on a daily basis. And click the like button here for us down below. You can click this video here to watch our newest video next. And here is our video about Trump's stolen passports and a major Social Security raise. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.